Hey guys, what's up? It's Pete from PTV. Welcome back to another formation tutorial. Before we get into all that, I want to make sure I'm thanking you guys for all the support and the love in the last video. It's actually our most viewed and most liked video on this channel. So I thought that I would bring another formation tutorial for you guys. If you're interested in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow man, please make sure to smash a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I try to bring these out, the formation tutorials, player reviews and such, along with the 2K series to make sure that both sides of the community are getting everything they need. Likes are also super appreciated as well. Now, let's get into the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and so you guys kind of know what to expect. I'm going to be really honest with you. The formation can play in the meta, but it is not what I would consider meta, right? Like we like to throw that word around. What does it mean? Like, you're going to struggle against wide formations in this, and teams can go overload ball side on you and kind of squeeze the pitch a little bit. But this is my OG formation. I've been running this formation since FIFA 16. It's kind of what I lean on when I start just kind of like turning the ball over and I don't know where my player is going to be. I'll switch to this formation. It's kind of like my comfort zone, my home. So if any formation tutorial is going to be solid, it's going to be this one for you guys. Okay, so that said, it's a preferential formation, not necessarily meta, but if you're looking for something different to use, this could be it. Now, let's get into the team. We're going to have a back line in this that looks a lot like this. Let me switch over real quick. Okay, we are going to have the back line be, I know you saw 5-back, we don't play that in the game, obviously, because we're talking about the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Roberto Carlos on the left, Cannavaro on PK, center back partnership with Tierney on the right, Sissoko as a lone CDM. We move the player moment Sergio Ramos on the right CM and De Bruyne on the left CM with player moments Bernardo Silva at cam, mid Eusebio and gold Neymar with the 5-star weak foot on each side for our strikers. Now, we'll get into the tactics here. Let's talk a little bit, okay? So in this recent patch, they've buffed basically every pressure, right? Whether you take high pressure on in the game or you like to play pressure on heavy touch or a pressure after possession loss, it doesn't matter. That stuff for some reason has been buffed. Now, when I say buffed, it still has the stamina drain, right? Like it's an extensive stamina drain, but it just, the players just seem to be flying around all over the pitch. When you do take the pressure up, you're going to win the ball back unless you're playing somebody who's like an elite level player. You will win the ball back. Now, that always comes with risks. Playing against good players, they'll drag the ball back, get into space, and then you'll be countered, you'll be caught out. But it's a decent tick, right? It's a decent defensive style to use to try to win the ball, and probably like in your first 10 to 15 games before elos get too high, I think it's a fine option. Now, I have a couple different tabs for my 4-1-2-1-2. I have the ultra attacking tab, which is the same exact tab as my regular attacking, but I have pressure on heavy touch. Again, I don't want to play high pressure the entire time. I don't need that sort of stamina drain. In weekend league, you'll notice that games go to extra time all the time, and I can't have players out there who are just on red bar stamina. Okay, now, so everything that I'm doing, just know that the other one is the exact same, but instead of pressure on heavy touch, it's just balanced defensive style. Now, for the width, we leave it on 5 to make sure that we can check the wide mids of our opponent with our left and right CM. We don't want to leave our fullbacks on an island over there. Depth, we drop that down to 4. Again, just like in the last video, the 4-2-2-2, anywhere between 4 to 6. It depends on your style of play. This is a counter-attacking formation, and you're going to see all kinds of, especially learning the formation, you're going to have mishaps in the midfield and stuff like that. So having a high depth while you're trying to learn the formation is not something I would recommend, as if you do turn the ball over sort of mid-pitch, you're going to get caught out, and the higher the center backs in the back line are, the easier it is for you going to get countered. So if you're just trying to learn it, I would go 4, maybe 5 if you're just like a really good player. If you consider yourself like a gold 1 to elite player, maybe 5, 6 if you're like god tier, but 4 for the learners, right? Offensive style, we leave it balanced. A lot of people like fast build up, and there is a place for that. I don't think any other thing other than fast build up or balanced is solid here. Balanced for me, I'm the type of person who likes to manually trigger my runs. You'll notice that later on when we get into the instructions, I leave the fullbacks on stay back while attacking, but I do use them in the attack plenty as I just trigger their sideline runs, their overlapping runs. I trigger those manually, so I like to leave that on balanced. Now, offensive width, we leave that at 5. We'll get into that soon. Players in the box, I actually leave that on 5 for the counter-attacking options for the low-driven cross. I mean, we've talked about that before in other formation tutorials. Again, I don't aerial, we won't have any aerial battles going on for my crossing. It's not the way that I enjoy playing, but I do like a backside post run, so I'll low-driven cross it to that. Corners on 2, so there is a presence, but we don't lean on that. And then free kicks on 1. I might actually take that to 2 because I've seen just a complete lack of options with 1. So 2 for the free kicks here, okay? So formation, we've already went over the personnel, okay? Let's get into the type of players you're going to want, okay? Now, some of you guys might be looking at, and you... Let me talk to you about it like this. If you've watched any of my other formation tutorial videos, you know that especially in the midfield and the fullback section, I am a firm believer in work rates per positions, right? I don't think that you can just plug and play anybody in there like, oh, their stats fit, I'm just going to plug them in. No, they have to have the right work rates. And if they don't have the right work rates, you can counteract it with instructions. And so I know you guys are screaming at me, Sergio Ramos has high medium. How are you playing him at right CM? Because we enjoy our CMs in this formation to have high, so they're available on defense as well as offense. Now, Sergio Ramos, let me go to this guy's card right here. So we'll, yes, I'll save the changes because I did make one small edit. Now, Sergio Ramos's card here, right? He is 3-star, 3-star, but he has great size. And look at these stats, boys. Look at these stats. He already comes with decent pace for a CM, okay? I'm going to boost his shooting up. He already has 6 shot power. Okay, his dribbling stats, we put a sniper on him, so his dribbling is way more agile than it looks. He comes with great defending and physical, so when he does get back on like to help with the defensive midfield obligations, he's a stud, right? And then his passing is just fine. So he kind of operates as like because I have him on, because he's a high medium and I take him down to stay back while attacking. He kind of operates as like a more of like a medium, if that makes sense. And you'll notice in any of the gameplay footage that I show, I'll just have stuff rolling here. You'll notice that in any of the gameplay footage, I manually track him back intentionally. Is it ideal to run him here? No, but I don't have many other solutions. So this is my solution. It's kind of like make the best of it. I'm sure you guys will find yourselves, if you do use this type of stuff, you'll find yourselves doing something similar, and there are always ways around stuff, right? So Eusebio and Neymar, okay? One I have on stay forward. The other I have on basic support. Okay, they both are on get in behind. The only reason why I have Eusebio on stay forward is I never ever really want him getting back. He's my goal scorer, right? Neymar is more... He's a goal scorer because he has the 5-star weak foot and we boost the shooting, but he's more of a cam position. Now, the reason why I play him on basic defensive support, because he will get back sometimes and he kind of fills the gaps between the strikers and where the CMs are supposed to be, right? He likes to hang out in that void with his instruction. The reason I do that is because here I have Bernardo Silva right here on comeback on defense because he has such high stamina and is a high player. He comes back on defense. He's getting to the box for crosses, so he's flying around the pitch. But I put his positional freedom on free roam. Now, free roam helps a lot. He will wander, right? But he'll wander sort of, he's all over the pitch. But when I put free roam, what I notice is he wanders laterally across the pitch to become more available for outlet passes after we win the ball back. That's super important, but it does drag him out far to the right and far to the left sometimes. With that said, Neymar coming back and sort of filling that gap as the cam allows Bernardo Silva to do that without leaving a giant void right there, right? So it can always kind of have an outlet pass and we can begin the tiki-taka counterattacks and such like that. Now, this position is super important right here. Your cam is always going to be important. If you're going to run these specific instructions, then you need to make sure this person has a sick amount of stamina, is a high work rate player. Next up, we already talked about De Bruyne and already talked about Ramos. Now, their instructions are a little bit different because we talked about their work rates. De Bruyne being balanced, he can get back and forth because he's high. Stay on the edge of the box. I don't want him pushing too far into the goal because if we lose the ball, like now our opponent's third, he needs to be able to get back, man. So we stay on the edge of the back, stay on the edge of the box, and his long shots are so good. That's where I want him anyway. I always want someone who can just bang in a long shot, so we don't have teams who are sitting back against us, sitting in like halfway into their box on one depth. Like, that's so ridiculous. We'll get into that. That's another video, man. Sergio Ramos, he is on stay back while attacking. We said how that counteracts his work rates. Stay on the edge of the box. Cover center for both of these CMs because I will manually bring them out to cover the wings. Now, this birthday Sissoko is an absolute animal. This guy is a beast. I was worried because he has high work rates, but stay back while attacking. I manually bring him back a bunch. He does kind of get lean forward, but if he gets anywhere near the ball, this guy has the longest legs. He's like octopus tentacle legs. He wraps them around. He avoids fouls. He's super physical. Like if he gets within a yard of you, I just feel like you're done. He's gonna like hockey check you into the stands and win the ball back. This guy's an animal. Cover center, stay back while attacking. Don't touch anything else on him. I don't usually touch the center backs. Roberto Carlos counteracts the work rates with stay back while attacking. I put it on Tierney as well. Trigger those runs with the left bumper, face them a hit left bumper if you want to overlap. You can put attacking fullback slider on. You can take that on in game, right? That's no big deal. And this Pope actually, I want him coming for crosses, even though he has the trait already comes for crosses. Let's just double check that. I don't want anybody sitting back in goal with crosses coming. For some reason, I've been giving up aerial cross ends from corners on the front post. So it's like FIFA 19 all over again or whatever. So Nick Pope, 6'7" giant, comes for those crosses. I've conceded far less since obtaining him. Now, play style. You have to make sure that your CMs, you are willing to attack with them. You want to stay in formation, right? You want to hold a certain style, but at the same time, you want to make sure that your hold up play is solid and both of your CMs are willing to get up the pitch and overlap you. You need to make sure that you are holding the ball as much as you can, allowing the overlap, and then using tiki-taka passing in the triangle, like the striker triangle specifically, to the striker and cam triangle, excuse me, to get goals in, man. Again, this formation should serve you well. It takes practice, okay? So here's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see you guys getting in my comments after playing 1, 2, 3 games with it and you'll be like, yo, all I do is counterattack, not a viable formation. I get it. I'm at the point in this FIFA where I'm bored. I've got to tell you guys, I am exhausted and bored of playing the same thing. We played 4-2-3-1 all last year too. You guys know that, man. I got to try something different. And this is my OG, man. This is my bread and butter. This is where my bread gets buttered right here, this formation, okay? What I'm telling you is I can get gold 2, gold 1 with this with like 6, 7, 8 games remaining in weekend league. I stopped there because I just can't. But I can do it. That means you guys can do it too because I am not a pro by any means. I'm an average player who started this FIFA working around silver 2, silver 1 has worked their way up, okay? You guys can do this. Now, get the practice in, get your 10, 15, 20 games played in before weekend league if you guys can manage it, and just give it a shot, man. At least put it in your custom tactics tab to allow it a chance so that you guys can always have something that is great for counterattacks, great for pushing the tempo, putting lots of pressure on your opponent in the middle and their third of the pitch. And hopefully it scores lots of goals. And after you get up 1 or 2 goals, if you want to go back to your super cheesies 4-2-3-1s, I get it, man. I do it too. You do what you got to do, man. That said, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate the support. You guys have killed it in the last video. I really hope that you enjoy this one so you kill it in this video too, man. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying smart, staying inside, enjoying the gaming opportunities that we have with the quarantine. It's not all bad. At least that's how I view it, man. That said, thanks for clicking on the video, and I will see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.